Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Rachel Morgan and today we're off to another World Circuit race. This is one of the new circuits in the 1.49 release. We're going to be heading over to Europe, to Switzerland and the Eiger Pass. We're going to head up to the options and just make sure we're on race difficulty hard, which we are, and this is a hard race. This is going to be the World Rally Challenge. It's 12 laps. There's no PP limit on this one. But you've really got to go for it. Now, with regards to the cars, I really wanted to do this in the new Subaru that has been released. But I just couldn't make this work. I could get third, fourth, but I could not get first. And I just needed a little bit more fuel. So the car that I chose was the Focus Gr.B rally car, my preferred car for Group B, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm on racing hard tyres because we're going to try and go all the way to the end on this one. The suspension and the differential is all stock. The aerodynamics is unchanged. The ECU, ballast, power restrictor, everything in this car is pretty much stock. Haven't changed very much in this at all. So let's get into this one and see how we can do this. It's a World Rally Challenge at the Eiger Nordwand. I'm not quite sure how you say that at all. In reverse. Number of laps is 12. Beautiful scenery, wonderful track. But let's see how we can do this in what is an extremely difficult race. Okay, so I'm going to go fuel map 6 on this one. It's not a lot of time for me to take you through the rest of the HUD settings in this race because it's completely manic, as you're going to see in a moment. But I've got my brake balance full to the rear, I've got traction control 1, and I've got the differential set as stock. Let's just try and get past this Peugeot that's all over the place at the moment. Now you're probably going to need to pause and rewind the video to see how I am braking and changing gear and the like on this one, because it will change throughout the race. But at the moment what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to look after the tyres, because we want to get those to the end, hence going for the racing hard. But also I'm looking after the fuel. I want to try and change up early, as well as going for that fuel map 6 setting, just to see if we can get this to the end of the race on this single tank of fuel. The other cars are going to pit, and some of them are very quick. I've tried this on fuel map 1 and pitting, and it is very difficult. If you are a very good racer, then you may well be able to do it. I'm only average, and this is how I managed to do this race. So again, you're going to see I'm going to be changing up early, just to try and save the fuel a little bit. Fourth gear through there, just to make sure I don't run into the red banners by that pit wall there. Braking at the beginning of the curb there, down into third gear. Don't want to be sliding the car around too much, but it will slide a bit. Up through the gears as quick as we can, up into 6th. Braking as you go across the bridge here. Leaving the brake in as late as you can, but trying to brake in a straight line. Just third gear through here, trying to use a slightly higher gear to save a little bit of fuel at this precise moment in time, but also trying to use all of the track. Slight nudge of the barrier there, a little bit deep in that one. That corner is really tight, those two there. And uphill, try not to get carried away with the gears too much, want to get up through the gears. Brake in on the little yellow lines there, like this little pedestrian crossing, and using all of the curb and more here, all of the track. Same way through here, just feathering through. I like to come down at a 4 for that one, just to get through there, and then get this straightened up. And as soon as you get the steering wheel straight, get on the brakes. Try and brake in a straight line if you can, because this car does not like braking and turning. As I said, I wanted to do this in that new Subaru. It's a quick car, but it just chew up the tyres and the fuel quite a lot, and I found that the Focus was good on the tyres, good on the fuel, and it was pretty nifty around these corners as well. So this is definitely my car of choice. You might want to go for one of the others. I think the NSX is quite quick, and one or two of the other cars. But for me, this was my car that I chose. Just a little bit after the pedestrian crossing on that occasion. Again, up through the gears as quick as we can, just to save the fuel. A little bit of a lift into that one. You've got some black tyre marks there that you can use. If you can get the black tyre marks and you're not going through traffic, you can sometimes get through there in fifth. As I said, occasionally I will be changing my gears. At the moment I'm not in traffic, so I'm using a slightly higher gear, try and save some of that fuel. Just getting a little bit carried away with the gear in there, letting the revs run just a little bit too much. I really want to try and change up as soon as we can and preserve that fuel. At the moment we've got 8.7 laps of fuel left, so I think we're good for the moment, but just want to keep an eye on it. Also try and preserve the tyres as much as you can, not too much wheel spinning. I think we've got, if my maths is correct, 8 laps to go, and we've got 8.4 laps of fuel, so we're looking pretty okay as far as that's concerned. Got one car in the pits already. As you can see, I just tried to use fifth gear there, and just the car just getting a little bit wide, catching the wall, the pit wall there. Don't want to be doing that too much. Don't want to be sliding these tyres too much either. We are catching the cars in front, which is good, and we've got to get through them. Now, I'm not going for a clean race bonus on this, because we have got to get through these cars, and there's a good chance you are going to clip a car, or you're going to clip a barrier somewhere. So my main emphasis is just trying to get this one done. Gone a little bit wide again there. Just using second gear for the moment to get that car rotated around, and then as soon as we get up the hill, just get that changed up through the gears as soon as we can. Braking on the black mark there just a little bit later. Again, just trying to get up through the gears. Well, the Peugeot just getting in my way a little bit there. We've got another one heading to the pits. Need to try and clear this Peugeot if we can. Slightly different line through there. That did upset the car balance there a little bit, so having to correct that quite a bit, but we needed to get that overtake done. Up into 8th place now. Middle of the bridge, hard on the brakes. Tucking in behind the Toyota here. Just third gear. Get across and use all of the track if we can. Down into second, this one. This is super tight. It goes on forever. Up into third. Remember, we don't want to be using too much fuel. Just watching the tyre wear, watching the fuel, watching where we are. There's a black bit of tarmac in the road there that I'm using now for braking. Again, using all of the track and more. Try and stay over to the right hand side here, down into 5th gear. Hug the inside there, let it drift out to the outside. Up into 6th. Feather there. As soon as you see the beginning of that curve, get the steering wheel straight, get on the brakes, getting it turned. 4th gear this time. And just changing up through the gears as soon as we can. Over the top of the bridge. Braking halfway across that bridge is quite nice. Again, getting across there just to open up this corner as much as you can, because it does, as I said, goes on forever and ever and ever. Out through the gears. We're in 8th place at the moment. Tyres are looking okay. Do a quick fuel check in a moment. We've got 5.9 laps of fuel to go, so I think we're reasonably okay at the moment. Another car pitting. It's going to promote us up the places ever so slightly. Oh, can we get out in front of that one? That Audi is a super quick car if you can control it. I struggle with that car. I tend to find that the Focus is one of the easier cars to drive, one of the better balanced cars. So we find ourselves in 6th place at the moment. Obviously we need to stay in front of the car behind because Han has pitted. So that is going to be one of our main challenges now. See how much power that Audi's got. Let's just try and keep this all nice and together. Got another one pitting. Can we get up the inside of the Toyota here? Slight knock on the way through. As I said, I'm not worrying about clean race bonus, just want to get this done. We've got another one coming out the pits, so that's another one to stay ahead of, but we find ourselves in 2nd place now. I think we're okay on fuel. I'm just going to leave the fuel as it is for the moment because we've got the 1st place car in front, and that will mean that I can play around with the fuel map if I need it more in a little while. But whilst we're following this car, there's absolutely no point in whacking up the fuel map and chewing up a load of fuel that we might need later on. So assuming the car in front is going to pit, we are sitting fairly pretty at the moment. We just got to keep this all together now. Watch every corner, every braking point, watch the gears. Just take it easy. Is he going in? Looks like he is. Just going to keep the concentration up now. 2.6 seconds ahead of the car behind. But they have stopped. They are going to be on better tyres. Theoretically, they haven't got any fuel issues. So we have got our work cut out still. Go over to the left hand side here just to open up this corner. Going down into 2nd because it's very, very, very tight. Up into 3rd and then floor it up the hill. Where are we? 3.3 fuel. Brake on. Too late. We do not want to be doing that. Okay, I'm going to brake a little bit earlier. Maybe we're just losing a little bit of the tyres at the moment. Just concentrate, Mitchell. Concentrate now. Yeah, tyres just starting to slide around a little bit at the moment. Got that car behind, kudo. I could play around with the fuel. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it where it is, where I'm comfortable at the moment, and just see if we can just keep that car behind. 1.3 behind at the moment. This is the Type 1, using 2nd gear just to get that rotated around. Here we go, up the hill again. Up into 3rd gear as soon as possible. Braking just before the black bit this time, that's better. Final lap. We got enough fuel, but I'm not going to play around with the fuel map. Just going to leave things as they are, bring this home. Sometimes playing around with a fuel map midway through the race, it can mess with your head a little bit if you forget to brake at one point where the car is going a lot faster than you're expecting. Plus the tyres are starting to go on me now, so the car is sliding around a lot more than I would have liked. So we're just going to keep that in check, brake a little bit earlier, turn a bit smoother, Tyres are looking okay at the moment though, as we head up the hill. Just using all of the track now, just being very, very, very careful. First gear, just to get that rotated. And then we got a quick dash to the line now. And that will be that one done in this amazing Ford Focus. Shame we couldn't do it in the Subaru. But there we go. That is how I did this rally challenge in Switzerland on the new track released in the 1.49 update. Just 3.6 ahead of Kudo in the NSX. Hahn in that super fast Sport Quattro in third. And as you can see, the Impreza rally car, the 98 model that I'd love to have done this in, way down in 8th place. So the Focus Group B rally car, definitely my car of choice for that particular one. We didn't get the clean race bonus, no great surprise, a little bit of bashing at the barriers and bumped a few cars in that one, but that is the way to do it. So that is my choice of car around this Eiger Pass, I call it. Beautiful scenery. I love this track. I'm so glad that they've put this back into Gran Turismo. I love the track when I've raced it previously, and I absolutely adore it. And in this particular car, really, really brings this track to life. So I did this in the Ford Focus. I ran through my car setup for this particular one. The racing hard tyres do get you to the end. With the fuel saving, you can do this without pitting, and that was what really won it for me, was the pit strategy. Just really working on trying to keep within 20 seconds of the leaders all the way through the race. And as you saw, once or twice the leaders were exiting the pits as we were going past the pit exit, so it wasn't all easy. One or two little issues, the back end getting out a little bit there, just a little bit loose, but a lovely track, wonderful scenery, great car, love this one to bits. And that is how I did this on the racing hard settings. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new around here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I hope you did find this entertaining and useful, and I look forward to seeing you on another video coming very, very soon. For now, I'll bid you farewell, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.